Hi. You may be wondering why I'm not showing my face for this video. The simple answer is, I don't want to. Moving on. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. That's right, the internet's sugar daddy is officially gone. It is the end of a relatively short era. I first noticed the account was missing from my Twitter timeline, well, the day I began to write the script, June 2nd. Amid the sea of Pride Month related tweets, I noticed something was missing, something I actually hadn't seen for a while. No grandiose offers of $50,000 and your choice of 12 different currencies, no retweets from 2018, no many thanks. Strange. I checked my following list, and he's not there. A search of his name yielded a few copycats and stan accounts, and one simply called Z. Z was privated, and even though the account was made just last month, it had the original @handle and a message. So, it appears the sugar dad is gone. Maybe for good, maybe not. Only time will tell. As for when he departed, I'm not 100% sure. As per the Wayback Machine, the last snapshot that showed an active account was from May 3rd. The tweets from the snapshot don't indicate any desire to depart from the platform, but perhaps he was forced off. You see, it was speculated for a while that our favorite sugar dad was a fraud. After all, where was he getting all of his money from? Shortly after I made my first video, which, by the way, was tweeted out by the sugar dad, who deleted the tweet soon after for some reason, it was revealed that the sugar dad, who I'll call SD from now on because that's easier, got all his money from the pharmaceutical industry. Which very well could have been true, but we all know that pharmaceuticals could just be a code for being a drug kingpin, just saying. Keep this detail in mind though, it'll come up later. A quick Google search of SD's Twitter handle yields almost entirely hits about how SD is a massive scam. Now, I'm compelled to agree with them. I at first believed Scar1Joe, who I featured in my original video. She was one of the first people to come out in video format and claim that SD was legit. After all, there wasn't really anything in it for her to lie about it, other than, I guess, flexing on everyone about how she had a random dude siphoning her money every couple of weeks, which is a weird flex, but okay. She goes by Scar on YouTube now, and when I went back to check her channel to see if she weighed in on the situation, her original video on SD had been deleted. After following the links on one of her videos, it appears that her Twitter had been wiped clean as well, but her Instagram is still alive. All existing content is pretty stock standard IG influencer fare, no mention of SD anywhere. That's a bit fishy. Scar, if you're watching this video for whatever reason and want to weigh in, my Twitter DMs are always open. Moving on to the scam allegations, I won't go very deep into it, but there's a fantastic article from melmagazine.com that dives pretty deep into the whole situation. Probably because they're actual journalists and I'm just a jabroni with Audacity and a pirated copy of Adobe Premiere. So yeah, check that article. There are two prevailing theories in this story. The first being that the winners of these giveaways were using inspect elemented PayPal screenshots to claim that they won. The second being that SD was actually someone named Joe Vargas. If you followed SD on Twitter for a while like I did, you'll know that he regularly boosted Joe Vargas and his website buylegalmeds.com, which is an online store specializing in CBD products. It was often speculated that the two were the same person. Remember when I said SD getting all his money from the pharmaceutical industry would come up later? Well, here it is. Joe Vargas is, in fact, a real person, and he does run this online CBD store. Interestingly, his Twitter account has been suspended. However, since the internet is forever, we can still find it. The last snapshot from the Wayback Machine is from April 30th, and the content on his Twitter page is mostly just him hawking his super cool weed products. Why he got suspended is unclear though. Mr. Vargas has earned quite a lot of dosh from his legal weed business in Las Vegas. He's been featured in local news stories about being the first in Vegas to do so and how he's now a multi-millionaire. In this specific article, which I will link in the description, he even mentions himself that he has given away large sums of money on the internet in the past.
Some hope. I have giveaways all the time. You know, last year I think we gave away like $58,000, $60,000 online to random people that said they needed it.
It's not hard to imagine that after hitting it big, he went a little wild on Twitter, throwing around money like nobody's business. Side note, after reading the Mel Magazine article, it appears that it is entirely possible that SD, whoever that may be, did have some kind of fandom kink. So yeah, I was kinda right. Anyway, tinfoil hat time. After old Joey V got a little nest egg from setting up shop in Vegas, he, or someone close to him, suggested that he start some kind of long-term long con to gain followers on Twitter and eventually boost his business. To do that, though, he would have to have some kind of gimmick, like, for instance, giving away tens of thousands of dollars on Twitter, sometimes for real, sometimes not. After he gained over 300,000 followers on Twitter, he used his rich benefactor status to drive traffic to himself and his business. It's not that wild of a theory, and if this were true, it appears to have worked, so hats off to Mr. Vargas, I suppose. This plan, however, has some problems. I'll just state the obvious. Baiting poor or otherwise struggling people into following you in hopes that they'll get even just $100 so that they can make rent this month just because you want to hawk your weed oil is kind of a dick move, just saying. Hopefully that's not the case though. Hopefully. Going through the old screenshots from my last Sugar Dad video, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it appears that local gnome Daniel Keemstar was actually right in calling out the Sugar Dad all those months ago. Although there were other copycat accounts actually scamming people, there haven't been any claims that I could find of SD trying to steal people's information or money. Usually it's just him stringing people along, wasting their time and blocking them. So that's good at least. And hey, I guess I have to give props where props are due. My first Sugar Dad video is my most viewed video, and it still surprisingly gets a few views each day. Even though he deleted the dang tweet almost immediately afterwards, he still drove a fair amount of traffic to my small, lame channel. So thanks, I guess. The book has officially closed on the Sugar Dad saga. Will he return again? Will Joe Vargas get unsuspended on Twitter? Will we ever get definitive answers? I don't know. We'll just have to wait. Also, fun fact before I go, I remember seeing Sugar Dad awarding a sizable sum to the artist formerly known as Sky Does Minecraft, which I'm assuming was just a ploy to get more attention, since it seems like the old Butterman is doing pretty well for himself these days. I can't find the original tweet though, so you'll just have to trust me on that one. Well, that's it for the day. If you like the video, you don't have to like it or anything. Getting even a minuscule amount of views is enough for me. Thankfully, I like making YouTube videos, so your likes and dislikes mean nothing to me. I also have a forum where you can submit topics for future videos, so check that out. That's all for now. I'm Arin of ABI Productions. Thanks for watching.